Welcome to another quick review from Ultimate DIY. Today, guys, we are not only going to review, but we're going to test a welding helmet made by a company called ANDELI. Now, this is an awesome state-of-the-art auto darkening helmet, and it has a few features that I want to go over. But before I do that, let me go ahead and tell you what you're going to get in the box. You're obviously going to get the helmet, and I'm going to go ahead and point out right away one of the things that's very cool when you get this. The whole back harness and everything is put together. If you ever buy a welding helmet, you almost always are putting the back together. I hate that. This, you pull it out of the box, and it is ready to rock and roll. And speaking of the box, it's a nice heavy duty box. So if you're wanting to gift this, it's easy to wrap and gift it. Now you're going to get the helmet, like I said. You're going to get a replacement shield in case you scratch the front of your shield. And your auto darkening shield right here, you're also going to get a replacement. So they give you a couple of replacements. So if you have any problems, this should last for a long time. Now, a lot of times those auto darkening shields start going out just from the glare, and you end up having to replace them to get them to function correctly. Now, you're also going to get the manual, and you're going to get a really nice bag so that you can actually, draw the little string together, keep it all nice and secure, keep it from getting scratched and dirty. Now, as far as the testing goes, guys, we are going to use my Lincoln Electric MP welder, and we are going to go ahead and do a little testing. By the way, this is the actual manual that you get. It looks like a little flyer, but it gives you everything you need with colored little pictures in the back so that you know exactly what you're doing. Now let me go over a couple of the functions on this, and I'll move a little closer for the functions so that you can see a little better. Now the very first thing is this is going to control the lights. So this has built-in LED lights with about 400 luminous, which is really, kind of cool because most welding helmets don't have that. I weld outside for a living. Buildings, steel structures like the beams you see setting back here. Early in the morning, late at night, it can become hard to see. This lights it up. I like that. And it lights it up if I'm welding in the shop. Now, when it comes to the batteries for the lights, it is going to be a built-in rechargeable battery system here. And you're going to need a USB-C charging cord to plug in here at the bottom and charge that up. And each charge is going to last you about 4 hours. Now, one thing to know, though, is they do not give you the cord. You're going to have your own cord to charge that. Now this uses the 2032 batteries for the inside, the auto darkening. I like that because that's a very common battery and easy to get. And it takes a couple of those batteries. Now it's going to come with the first set already in it and installed. Like I said, everything's put together and ready to rock and roll. When you turn it over, you'll have a piece of plastic back here. You're going to pull that little plastic off, the little protective coating, and you're ready to go. They have a test button here and a battery button. Push that test button, hold it up to the light, and it should go dark. If it's not doing that, then it is not functioning correctly. Now, the next thing you need to know is you will look at this side, and it is going to have a sensitivity roll button here, and it's going to have a shade button here, and you can change those. It is going to have your slow all the way to your fast control button on your delay. And then it is going to have 3 settings. It's going to have a grind function, a cut function, and a weld function. If you're fixing to weld, make sure you're in the welding function here. Make sure you test and you're ready to go. The grind is going to be for grinding, and obviously the cut is going to be for using something like a cutting wheel and cutting something, and it kind of protects your eyes and all that way. When you look back at this one more time on the light function, all you do is push it, it's going to turn the lights on. Push it again, it actually lowers that brightness a little. If you look up at the top, you have some little rays on top of a button. All you do is push that once, and it's going to go green at the bottom. Now, if I've got gloves on, and it's a battle to find buttons, all I have to do is go across it, it goes off. Go across it again, it is now on. It is a very cool function. I like that because if you've ever welded, obviously you're welding, if you're buying a helmet, you know that it is hard to push buttons with your fingers. These you're going to set before you probably start, and if you have to raise the sensitivity, it's easy to move these. So just make sure you set the other button ahead of time so you know what you're doing. The actual harness is awesome. It swivels in the back with the cuff that goes against the back of the head, which is a really nice rubber cup. And it also adjusts for tightness. The harness on the top has snaps just like a baseball cap, and you can adjust this to get the exact fit you want. And you have a really nice sweatband area in the front, which is going to cushion your forehead. Now, when you put this on, you can raise it all the way back and leave it up, and then you can drop it and pull it in. Now, this can actually, once you get it set right with the little buttons on the side, you can actually drop it into place just by moving your head. So overall, guys, it's fantastic. The very last, most important thing I need to point out to you, though, is the actual shield. Not only does it look great, it looks futuristic, but you have 180 degrees of viewing capacity in the front. The very front auto darkening square is going to be close to a 4x4. It's slightly smaller. I think it's a 3.75 by something like 3.92, something like that. So it's not quite 4x4, but it's very close. And the auto darkening part of the front is going to work off of the 4 sensors you see right here in the front and a solar panel. And it literally will detect an arc within 1/25,000th of a second. I mean, it is immediate, just like that. And it's going to detect it. Now, this will be light if it has not detected anything when you're looking through. And by the way, it's full color, which I think is awesome. So you're not seeing things with that green hue. You're actually seeing real everyday full color. So that it is easy for you to see what you're doing. The sides that you can see through are going to be about a 4x2 piece. They're slightly smaller, but very close to that, and they're going to be dark all the time, but it gives you this panoramic view that you don't get in a lot of other helmets. Overall, guys, I think this is a fantastic helmet. If I was going to rate it on a scale of 1 to 5, I'd give it 5 stars because I believe it is awesome. It's going to give years of service, very well made. I love the lights. That is very unique, and I love the fact I don't have to touch it with my fingers. So do yourself a favor, pick yourself up one today. I don't think you'll regret it, and we'll see you guys on the next review.